All right, and I think we're live. I got a puppy here for just a little bit while I wait for my wife to come get her. But other than that, oh, who's that? Is that her? Say goodbye, Trixie. All right, we'll be right back. We'll be right back.
What am I doing?
All right. Apologies for that. Now we're back. We should be live. Okay, we're back. Any acknowledgement from the crowd? This is kind of weird still streaming. I'm still not used to it. I don't know what the delay went. It should have been pretty minimal delay. However, it's going for a while here. All right, hello. So we got the points today, which is awesome. We got the points, and I think most of them are pretty freaking good. So we're gonna start. What's up, everybody? Yes, okay, so there must be a decent amount of delay. Again, I thought it should be set to 10-15 seconds, but I think it somehow defaults every time to 30. I got a spreadsheet. If you guys want to follow along on this spreadsheet, the link in the description should be there. It should be like the top link or something. So if you want to follow along exactly with what I'm doing, and you can use this spreadsheet and make your own list, although this one isn't editable, just so I don't have people trolling. Let's just go over a few of the points and then we'll make some lists, because man, this is not what I was expecting entirely. First off, oh, I don't have my water. Well, that's unfortunate. So first off, we'll start with the infantry characters. Broodlord at 100 points, fine. Deathleaper at 80, I like it. Parasite at 90, a little more than I was thinking, but still all right. And the Winged Prime at 80. So not a bad group there. For the monsters, the Tyrant comes in at 220, a little hot compared to what you'll see rest of the list, but still I think it's valuable there. The one that shocked me, one of the ones that shocked me most, Neuro Tyrant, I'm glad it's only 105 points. I was worried this thing was going to be ridiculously expensive based on the other Tyrant profiles, and it's not. 105 points. It's basically just the Neurothrope plus a little bit, so super happy with that. Old One Eye got to be only 140 points. I'm thinking he's going to be auto-clued in a lot of lists. I love Old One Eye 140. Swarmlord, big 250. This is one of them I'm not so sure on. I thought Swarmlord probably should have been down with the rest of the Tyrants, but we'll see. Tervagon, another sad one there. Tervagon, so I saw a few of you saying Tervagon is not a great one, and I agree. I was thinking she was going to be sub 200, back to like the 170, 180 point value, because she doesn't get her free gaunts anymore, and she doesn't have the Wall of Flesh. Being at 200 points is kind of gross, I think. And it's a shame, because I love my Tervagon. Tervagon's one of my favorite Tyranid models, so her being at 200 does suck. And the Winged Hive Tyrant at 195 isn't horrible. We'll see how that one plays out. The enhancements, 25 points for Adaptive Biology, which you're going to need to put on the Tervagon every time you bring her. So really, she's 225 points. Not keen on that one. Alien Cunning at 30 points. Perfectly Adapted at 15. And Synaptic Linchpin at 10. Alien Cunning, I think, is a little high, considering it is redeploy after or before you roll off to know who goes first. So I'm not as keen on Alien Cunning as I was initially. But that is what we have there. Gaunts, 10 points apiece for Warhammer. Solid profile. I think everyone's going to need to have at least a unit of 5 in their army. Maybe 2 units of 5. I wouldn't go a unit of 10. I would get 2 units of 5 at most and put 1 on each flank, or you take a single unit of 5 and try and counter where you know your opponent's offensive melee threats are to slow them down. Oh, we should also talk about the whole you have to pay for the full unit even if you're not going to use it deal. So now a lot of us, I don't know about you guys, but for me, I've got a lot of units of 5 or 10 where now they have to be 6 and 12. So I'm going to have to find a way to get more of everything. I guess GW got me again with that. What do we got here? Check the... Yeah, I should get some water. I will. I'll actually, let me just text my wife and see if she can bring me down my water bottle. One sec. There we go. Okay, so yes, Jordan saying, I think perfectly adaptive, alien cunning, and adapt biology every time. I think for a lot of the time, you definitely, perfectly adapted is fine. Depends on what it goes on. I think it can definitely make work on certain units. But alien cunning and adapt biology, I think, are pretty good. And if you're taking a broodlord or a parasite, you might want to take synaptic linchpin just to throw it on there as well. But yes, definitely good options there. 3 by... Yes, you could do 3 units of 5 Warhammer and a bunch of biovores just laying down suppressive fire, essentially, preventing your opponent from going anywhere. Yeah, I definitely think... Oh, can I do this? Oh, it just does it once. Interesting. I definitely think Zoanthropes and Haruspex are looking amazing. We'll get to those. Gargoyles, 75 points for a unit of 10. Not horrible. Hormagaunts, 70. So 7 points a model, essentially. I love that. 7 points, 140 points for 20 Hormagaunts. I think they're not going to be as potent as they were in the last codex, but they're going to have volume of numbers, so that'll be great. Neurogaunts. This one I'm happy about. This one I think I'm really happy about. 45 points for the 11 of them, so 90 points for 22 of them. Stack that with a Neurotyrant, you're looking at 195 points for a huge border of synapse control across your whole board. So that's probably something I'm going to experiment with a lot of the time. Thank you. Hey, you can hand it to me. Thanks. What?
No, man.
No.
Oh, just you?
Yeah, just me.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, you're good.
Okay.
All right.
Are you still going?
Yeah. There's a live camera right here.
I'm scared.
You're scared?
Yeah.
You can poke your head in. Hi, puppy. Oh, can you turn the AC off too?
Oh.
I thought I did already.
Okay, goodbye.
Sorry, we'll get that background sound cut out of here very shortly. Yeah, Jordan, like I said, you have to pay for, if you're gonna take 7 models or 17 Termagants, you have to pay for 20 of them. And then you just take 17 if you want. So that's whatever, I guess. I don't like it, but it does make things a little bit clean and quicker. I personally like the extra customization to take 15 of them. But yeah, so like I was saying, back to the Neurogaunts, I think a unit of 22 of them, because they project Synapse with the Neurotyrant. Yeah, I think having them just spread about the board, because you're not going to be doing much with them. You got Wolfgang Schmidt. Good tier content, finally. Thank you. Less negatives than others already. Are Swarmlord, Hive Tyrant, Narrow Tyrant, Old One-Eye too much for HQs in my opinion? I don't think they're too much. Maybe I would say choose between Swarmlord and a Tyrant, but you could definitely get away with them based on how many units you can have. Tyrannocyte looks, this little heart thing is in my way. You guys can see it. I can't read the last little bit of the chat. I wish I can. What are you saying? Looks cheap. No, 105 points I think is fine. It's not like, I think the drop pods of Space Marines is somewhere below 100, but I do like the Tyrannocyte. We're gonna make some lists with him. We're gonna make some lists. Termagants are fine. Biovores are fine. They produce less spore mines, already went over that. Gene Stealers coming in at 90 points for 5 is not a bad option. Hive Guard, a little expensive, but you don't have to pay for the extra weapons now. So 33 points essentially for shock cannons, which might be one of our main ways we have to deal with vehicles. Lictor is at 75. Pyrovore is only at 30. I do think a Pyrovore is another one of those units that you might want to just throw 1 or 2 in your army potentially, because they do have a good benefit to the rest of the army. Sebastian, 9 Pyrovores. It could work. I don't know if they're great in those big of numbers. They might be much better as just a few individual ones here and there. And I don't see any reason why you can't run 2 Neuro Tyrants. Actually, let's check here for you. I've got the index here. It's a little wonky just because of the way this PDF is displayed. So let me find the Neuro Tyrant while this loads. It's pretty close, I think. Can I do a Control F on this one? Or is Neuro Tyrant just... Oh no, he's not here. And Neuro Tyrant. There he is. Yeah, so Neuro Tyrant is not an epic hero or anything, so you could take 3 of these if you want. Yeah, you could take 3 of these. So that's good. I don't know if you need 3 of them. 1 for sure, 2 of them, not a bad idea. I don't think they're gonna limit us on our Tyrant. Technically, a legal list you can do right now is 3 Hive Tyrants, 3 Winged Hive Tyrants, and Swarmy. And then 3 Neuro Tyrants if you want to run all of the Tyrants. You can legally do that. There's nothing that says you can't right now. So that's gonna be good. You guys are chatting a lot about the Warriors. Let me get this question here. Do you know if we're allowed to use the same enhancement on more than 1 unit? I think you're limited to, if I'm right, remember right, it's 1 enhancement and then only 1 per unit. So, or 1 of each enhancement and 1 per unit. So you can't put adaptive biology on everything. You can't put perfectly adapted on anything. You just get these 4. You can pay for all of them. You can pay for none of them. They each have to go on a separate character. So yeah. Other things. Yeah, you guys are talking about Warriors a lot, and I don't know if GW messed up, or I don't know what they're thinking. But yes, I think ranged Warriors are very powerful looking, considering 3 of them are the same price as 10 Hormagaunts. Melee Warriors, you'll probably never see them. I really think GW messed up. Oh, max 3 per army. Thank you. Okay, so that's good to know. I missed that. So 3 of them, not all of them, 3 of them. So you probably skip out on either perfectly adapted or synaptic linchpin, depending on your list. Hakana Lotus. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. $50. Need to be AFK, sad, but good stream. I'm looking forward to watching it later. Yes, this will be back up. Maybe I'll try and put some timestamps on. I should have more time to do that once it's all said and done. Last time I was a bit busy, so yeah, you guys can see in the background the studio. This might be the last time or second to last time or something you see the studio like this. Changes are happening. We've been working on in the background. So awesome there. Thank you again, Econolotus. Can I spam this little thing? Oh, look at that, I can. Well, hopefully you guys can see that. Thank you so much. Ranged Warriors, I think people are going to be bringing a lot of these. Some people are, at least, because 70 points is dirt cheap for what you can pack onto 3 Tyranid Warriors. I do think it should have been in a, if I'm being completely fair and honest, that Ranged Warriors and Melee Warriors should be flip-flopped. There's no reason you should be paying 20 points more for the Melee Warriors when I think they are worse in regards to just about everything. So you got plenty of melee threats already in the army. You don't need the warriors. The ranged threats is where we're lacking. So ranged warriors, yeah, everyone's going to bring them. I'm going to need to make more. I think I have 2 warriors with venom cannons and 1 warrior with barb strangler. So I'm going to need some more barb stranglers probably, and more venom cannons. Hopefully I still have the bits so I can change some of those around. Yeah, very weird that they put them into points the way they did. Tyrant Guard, 3 of them for 95 is okay. It's fine. It's not cheap. Actually, it is kind of cheap compared to what they used to be. So I'm okay with it. They did get worse than they used to be, so that's part of it. They are no longer 2-up save. They only have the 5 or 3-ups now, so that's fine. 3 Venom Thropes for 70 points seems disgusting. I'm constantly going back and forth in my head, like, did I get the points right when I put them down in this spreadsheet? Did I get the points right? Because all of this stuff, Tyranids is gonna have so many models on the board. 3 Venom Thropes for 70. I mean, we're just going to go one at a time down the list. Like 3 Tyrant Guard, sure, yep. 3 Venom Thropes, yep, you're gonna need them. Von Ryan's Leapers, I'm actually thinking you're gonna want 12 of these if you can get them. For 75 points for 3, 150 points for 6, 300 points for a couple of them. Yeah, I think Von Ryan Leapers. Right now. So we got 2 boxes of Leviathan. I'm trying to get a 3rd half of the Tyranids. I might actually be able to, so then I can have extra. Then Zone Thropes, 90 points for 3 of them. What the heck? This is so good. They're so good. They don't do melee. They don't hold objectives very well, but their support is amazing and their offense potential at range is awesome. So yeah, you're gonna see a lot of these as well. Did I miss the heart? Oh no, he's in the monsters, duh. Ripper Swarms and the Spores, whatever. Mucid Spores are extremely expensive if you buy them on their own, but whatever, I guess. Carnifex is at 125, great. Exocrines at 135, very good. Haruspex at 125. You're telling me for the price of a Carnifex, I can just get a Haruspex instead? That's insane. Yeah, I only have 1. Yep, Jordan says that the HQs are a bit pricey, but everything else just about is dirt cheap. There are going to be so many Tyranid models. It's going to be good old days of actually having a Horde. 9th edition was fun. It was fun, it really was. But I did not like the feeling of being such an elite army that Tyranids really had to play as. I like the more, I'm going to drown you in bodies. Oh, my Haruspex died. It was only 125 points. I got 2 more of them coming up at you. Yeah. Maleceptor, huge points drops to 165. I think that's fair with him. Mohawk only at 145 is good. Psychophage is a little higher than I was wanting. I was hoping he'd be in the 110 area, but 115 or 125 is okay. He's good support too. Screamer Killers are a bit more than I was anticipating. I didn't think they were that good, to be completely honest. I didn't think the Screamer Killers were all that good. I mean, they're good. Don't get me wrong. Oh, shoot. Come back. Come back, Screamer Killers. There we go. Oh, they're right there. Their bioplasmic shooting is fine. Their attacks are good. It is 10 attacks. Their durability is just not... Oh, they have 2 up save. Yeah. Oh yeah, their durability is fine. 180 points does seem like a lot, but, you know. Yeah, it's tough. Toxicrin, I think Toxicrin is one of the biggest losers in all of this. 200 points, they're fine, but I don't think they're 200 points worth. What about you guys? Do you think the Toxicrin is really worth 200? Is he really worth 200 points? I mean, he's pretty good anti-infantry, and he's turned into one of our more durable creatures, being T11, 14 wounds and a 3-up save. I just didn't think... I don't know. I would have put him lower, 180 or something. Yeah, I was expecting like 150 for the Screamers. Yeah, 180 is a lot. Honestly, being in all fair, if I could take 30 points from a Screamer Killer and then give it the Horus effects, that feels much more balanced. But, you know. Who is this? Way more than 140 points, yeah. Tyrannofix, 200. 200 points. I think most Tyranid players are going to have a Tyrannofix. Their shooting is still a little swingy, especially the big anti-tank stuff is still a little swingy. But they are good. They're durable. So Tyrannofix, great. Tyrannocyte 105, love it. Hive Crone, ironically, is the more expensive flyer now, the better one. I'm okay with it. I'm never gonna... These models here, I'll probably never use unless I've got the time to use them. So I don't really care. But yeah, so that's that. We should start making some lists because there's 132 of you. 132. You guys should all like this live stream right now. It'll spread it out to more people and we can see how many people we get going on this stream at once. So yes, thank you all of you for 139, all of you right now. Yes, like this stream and let's push it to a wider audience. Let's make some lists. First off, let's make a Leviathan box list because I am curious. Leviathan box, exactly how things pan out here. So we know we have a Neuro Tyrant and he is 105. What else do we know? We know we have Termagants, and they are 70 apiece, so let's just give them at 140. We've got a Screamer at 180. We've got Leapers and Psychophage. I'll just call them a Phage at 125, and Barbies at 50. Is that it? Oh, Neuros. Neurogants at 45. And then we'll go down here and we'll just do a, oops, total. Leviathan is 780. Okay, well, that, we'll build off of this then. Oops. Don't judge me. I'm not a, oh, there we go. I'm not a wizard at this. Some of all of this, because we'll be adding to it. 720. What did I miss? Did I miss something? Barbgons, Termagants, Screamer, Psychophage, Neuro Tyrant. I only got 720. Am I crazy? Did I miss something? Am I crazy? What am I missing? Leviathan box. It knows. Here we go. Oh, the winged prime, derp. He's forgettable in some ways. The winged prime. Prime, and he was what, like 80 or something? Or he's not 60. What did I put him at? Wing prime is 80. 40 Termagants, 70 points, 40 Termagants. And normal Gaunts. We got Gaunts. We got those Gaunts. We got those Gaunts. I got 800 points. Cool. Ah, who cares about the Rippers? You only get one Ripper. Or you get two Rippers, but you can't take two Rippers in a legal squad. So, have fun with that. So we got 800 points here with this box. So let's make this list is going to be based on what we would add to this box right away. If you only got this one, what would I add? I would definitely add a Harsphex for sure at 125. Gonna need some Zoanthropes. At least 3 of them. Okay. Oh, thank you. I got the Hormagaunts in my head. There we go. Perfect. I was originally just going to copy and paste, but I thought that would get too long in the tooth. Alien Cunning, we'll slap that in here. Alien Cunning. Sorry if this is going to look messy. We'll clean it up later. I just want to get things on the sheet. What else would we add? Where's my points? Here we go. Problem is, when I'm making this list, I want to recommend it to people. I don't want to tell people to go out and buy a bunch of Hormagaunts knowing that they're going to be out of date, and maybe you don't want the old models. Maybe you want the new ones. Thank you. We're buying 3 Zoanthropes. They're not... Yeah, it does... Hey, well, shoot. I still think the Tyranid half can win. It's definitely an uphill battle while you're outgunned by a lot. Yes, we'll do a list without the new models, definitely. I want to do one with, and then I'll do one without, and then we'll just have some fun. We got a while, so don't worry. We will cover all of our lists. Okay, so... Nope. Over here. Oh, of course. We need Old One Eye in this. Gosh, I'm gonna do that all night. We're gonna need Old One Eye. Old One Eye. Old One Eye. He's a nice 140 points. Psychophage is not a character. He is a monster boy. We're gonna give him 2 Carnifexes. Carnifexes times 2. That would be 250 points. We are going to use some Gene Stealers. Hey, Ryan G. Boarding Patrol would be a great second buy for new players. Can we get Turvagons Gone Wild t-shirts? You know, I've thought about t-shirts. I've thought about a lot of things for some merch and stuff like that. The next month or 3 weeks is going to be crazy busy for me, but once we get out of that 3 weeks, oh, we're going to have some fun. We're going to have so much fun. So Gene Stealers, we definitely want 5, but I think honestly we do want a 10-man squad of these guys. I hate to recommend people go buy Gene Stealers when new ones are coming around the corner. But they're really, really good, I think. I'm doing it again. What do we say Gene Stealer's worth? So 180 for these guys. Okay, so we got 400 more points to play with. Oh, of course, we need some Venom Thropes. They're so cheap. Turgon's gone wild. That's funny. I know some people who could come up with some graphic design stuff. So I'm not great. Graphic design, not my thing. That's why there aren't fancy emojis and all this stuff in here. Yeah, so I would try and find someone else to do that. Venom Throp's only 70 points. That is just mean. Tyranofex, yeah, we should. I saw some of you guys saying that we should slap a Tyranofex in here for sure. Tyranofex for 200. Broodlord could be worth bringing, absolutely. Broodlord for another 100 points, and we got 35 points left over, which means we could... We already got Alien Cunning. Oh, perfect. We'll take Synaptic Linchpin and Adaptive Biology. So... Synaptic... I feel like... Oh, wait. Yeah, maybe that's the reason they don't spell Lynch like that anymore. Because GW. Because they spell it weird. Linchpin is 10 points. And Adaptive Bio is 25 points. Alright, so now let's actually... So this is kind of how I build my list. I like to throw some stuff on here. And then we'll actually dissect and see what we've got. So now we know this. So our characters are going to be a that's fine. Characters are going to be a Neurotyrant. We're going to have our Prime. We have Neuro, Prime, and Broodlord. So each one can take one of those. We're speaking of him, we'll copy him over here. Alright, so we got our characters here. I guess Lunchpin. Is that what I did? No, I didn't. Okay. Did I add a Harsphex? No, I did. Okay, good. Yes. So then let's get some basic infantry in here. We have our Termagants here, and then we've got our Barbgaunts. Yep. Let's grab our Gene Stealers. Grab our Venom Thropes. Athenian, you are right there. 6 warriors can have 2 venom cannons and 2 barb stranglers. A lot of people think that doesn't make sense because in almost every other army that doesn't make sense. But the way the Tyranid warrior kit is created is you can do that. So GW decided we're going to follow the kit so you can take that many heavy weapons. So it just makes their shooting that much more dangerous, really. Zone Thropes. So Alien Cunning, doesn't really matter who has that, so we will give it to the Prime. He can have Alien Cunning over here. Old One Eye, I'll slap you down here with your Carnifex buddies. Adaptive Biology. Who would be better to... Well, I guess the Neurotyrant would have to have Adaptive Biology, wouldn't he? It's not great on the Neurotyrant, but it's not horrible. And then Synaptic Linchpin we can now have Synapse on a Broodlord again. So that'll help with Battle Shock and all of those things. Did I forget them? No, I didn't. The Leapers. Good. The only reason... running low on data. Oh. The only reason you would use... don't see a need for Tyranids effects. I would disagree. I mean, I personally would still lean towards Zoanthropes, but Zoanthropes are only strength 10, right? They're lances. Zoanthropes. Zoanthropes are... oh, they're strength 12. Oh. I was thinking they're 10. I have to agree. I don't know if I would use one of those big boys. Interesting. Well, let's go to Rupture Cannon. All right. Strength 18, AP -4, 2d6 damage. Yeah, we do have lethal hits. Lethal hits is good. No, you're Mon929. You're not wrong there. If you Tyranofexes with the acid spray and a foot tyrant is a terrifying combination. That's what I think Tyranofexes should be used for. Not so much the rupture cannon, though it's not bad. It's just I do think the Tyranofex with a rupture cannon. Maybe okay. So this is why we go through this list. We work together. Harusfex, let's get him over here. Let's get our Psycho Fate. I'll get our Screamer. Where is our Broodlord? No, our Tyranofex. We're gonna ditch you, and we're gonna bump this up to a 6-man squad. It can be 2 3s if you want, but I'm going for a 6-man squad just because that means these guys gotta be 180. Did I get it all? Okay, I think that's everything there. Phage, the Psychophage, and the Leapers. No, I got the Leapers. Prime, Neurogaunt, Barb, yeah. Okay. We could drop the Screamer, but we're doing this as if you just bought the box and we're getting you a list. So we'll drop the Screamer eventually. But for now, we're taking him. So the way I would run this list, again, I don't know if this is the most competitive thing. This is literally the first list building I have done. So juices are still flowing in my head. Nope, I shouldn't sit that way. I'll hurt my back. So the way I'd run this list is obviously the Neurotyrant would be sitting in the back with his little buddies. Oh, that's who I was forgetting. These little guys. So the Neurotyrant sits in the back with his little Neurogaunt buddies, and they just give out the Synapse. Termagants, and you can run as 2 units of 10 or a unit of 20. Maybe in this case I would run them as 2 units of 10. I have 110 more points left. That doesn't make any sense. Really? Oh, I do. Yeah, of course. Okay. What would we do with 110 more points? $110. Okay, so let's think about this. So, Neurotyrant, sits in the back, supportive, does narrow tyrant things. The Broodlord and the Gene Stealers, they will be scouting up forward, ready to lurk onto a flank objective and just basically hold it without holding it. The regular Termagants, one unit will follow or lead the charge with those Gene Stealers. They will be the ones taking the shots, sitting on the objectives. The other flank will be held down with Termagants, Barbgaunts, Venomthropes, Zoanthropes, Leapers, Harsphex, Old One-Eyes. Okay, that's a lot. I feel like we need a little bit more in terms of bodies on this list. I would almost take... Ooh, I can't quite fit in. Can't quite fit in extra Termagants. So what I'm thinking here is the Psychophage really benefits blocks of infantry. So do the Zoanthropes and the Venomthropes. They really benefit supporting blocks of infantry here. So what I might actually do is ditch Synaptic Linchpin. We'll ditch that. And I might just grab an extra 20 Termagants here to do this. And then I'll go down here, Termagant, and we'll add, what are they, 120? Bam, 200. Hormagaunts will be in the next list. Don't you worry. I love my Hormagaunts. So, that's how this will go. Winged Prime can't join, no, he can only join Gargoyles or Warriors, so he's kind of on his own, which sucks. So you can have a unit, yeah, one big unit of 20 Gaunts. You're right, yeah, they are probably getting new models too, so it's tough. It's tough. Tyranids are getting a lot of new models, so it's good and bad in some cases. Luckily it's soon. So you have 40 Gaunts, so you could probably break this up into two 10-man units and a 20-man block. Oh, I wish we could have 30. One of these 20-man blocks would be supported by Venomthrope, or all of them. I don't really know the missions yet. Gonna be honest, I don't know the missions at all yet. I know they're like out there, but I haven't looked at them yet. So that might change playstyle. 40 Termagants running up the board, supported by Stealth, Benefit of Cover, 6-up Invuln save, and Feel No Pain would be wicked. TriStar! Again! Bro, okay, well, thank you so much, TriStar. You let me know in the comments what kind of list I should come up with, and we will do a list for you. You let me know, man, because that is amazing. I really, really appreciate that. So let me know what kind of list you want to see, and we'll make it. We'll make it tonight. I will not end the stream until we make a list of your choice. Unless you don't give me an option, then we'll do it on Discord. But yeah, let me know. That's amazing. So Old One-Eye and Hormagaunt Horde. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do the Hormagaunt Horde. We'll do that one next. I think this is pretty good for a starting force. Is this going to win tournaments? Probably not. I don't really know what'll win a tournament right now or anything. But the fact that you have this block of Carnifexes here that is going to bull rush your opponent, and then you have this really tanky group of infantry that will be just holding down. Hopefully you're holding down with all of this stuff. 3 2 or 3 objectives with all of this, it would be something. I think this is a good start. A lot of people can easily pick up an extra 20 Termagants. If you're like me, who's trying to buy a 3rd box of Leviathan, I don't need 60 of the new Termagant model. I already have 100 of my own. So 40 new Termagants will be plenty for me. So I think picking up an extra 20 Termagants is not going to be an issue. 2 big bricks of Termagants holding down with all of these buffs could be pretty good. Again, I don't know for sure, but with the Infiltrator list, that's what I'm really liking too. With 40 Termagants, 5 up save, but they'll get a 4 up save from benefit of cover. They'll be -1 to hit, a 6 up invo. Is it 5 or 6 up feel no pain? I can't remember. If he has a 5 up and gives off a 6 up, he gives off a 6 up. So still, I won't complain about just a free 6 up feel no pain. A free 6 up feel no pain to my Gaunts. They'll just add that much more durability. And then you can keep respawning from those 2 squads because you can pay the 1 CP and just keep bringing them back. Meanwhile, you got the narrow Gaunts and the barb Gaunts. And then the Leapers, you can infiltrate them. They can work with the Stealers to kind of hold down your weak flank or threaten your opponent. You know what? We'll call this a pretty good first list. Again, this is not going to be an all-purpose, kill everything type of list. But I think for someone who is brand new buying a Leviathan box, this gives them, it would take 45 pounds. I'll take that. I'll one-up you. I'll give them 46 pounds for that Tyranid half. I think this is a great list for someone who just bought a Leviathan box and needs a few extra units. Because all you got to do is find 10 more Gene Stealers and a Broodlord. You can find those out there. Those are cheap to find. What else do you need? Unit of Venanthropes and Zoanthropes. That will be a bit expensive. That'll be the big investment. And then Old One-Eye and a couple Carnifexes won't be cheap either. But putting a Tervagon on the list, it's not a bad idea, and it is something I've been debating. Definitely, you just drop the Prime and drop. Honestly, you guys might be right. I would drop the Screamer Killer, and what else would I drop? Drop the Screamer Killer, and this is tough. Where am I going to get 20 points from? Leftover Carnifex. Oh, that's right. There's a spare Fex running around. How would we do this? How would we? Maybe if we're looking for, I know, but he's such a cool model. Maybe he'll get a points tune down. Yeah, if you drop the Screamer and the Prime, you can easily fit a Tervagon in there and something else. All right, we'll leave it at this, I think. For a basic list, I think this one's okay. Let's go for TriStar. We're gonna make the Hormagaunt Horde. Hormagaunt Horde. So, what we need here in this Horde, oh wait, did I duplicate the page? No. Let's delete this. Duplicate, there we go. The Horma Horde. All right, so Horma Horde, we're gonna just scrap all of this for now, but I get to keep my little spreadsheet. I spelled total wrong. Jesus, guys, come on. Help me out here. Does the list really want cunning? It's true. It might. How overcosted is the Parasite? I think it's a little bit overcosted by maybe 10, 20 points. Sebastian asks, you do have to you do redeploy before you roll off to see who goes first. So it is significantly less lethal than it was in 9th edition. I get it, because that would be very mean if you do like what I was saying, as bring 18 Von Ryan Leapers and deploy them in your opponent's face, and then if you go second, you just hide them. That's a bit mean, but I understand it. Yeah. Alien, what would you redeploy here? You could redeploy Old One Eye's unit. You could redeploy the Gene Stealer unit. And you could redeploy the Leaper unit. That's not bad. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, I think when you bring the Parasite, you want to pay the 10 points to give them an extra synapse, because it's a good synapse. Unfortunately, that does make it 100 points a model, and I would take a 110 point Broodlord over a 100 point Parasite. There we go. My brain's slowly turning. What would you say is the... Thank you, Paul Evans. Thank you so much. What would you say is the Tyranid's strongest style of play now? Definitely not shooting. Definitely not shooting there. Can I give that a like or something here? No, I can't. But yeah, I agree. The two strongest plays that Melee focused, I think Monster Mash is going to be really terrifying. And I think Horde, a defensive Horde playing for the objectives. Again, I haven't seen the way the missions work, but if you can win a lot of the games based on scoring over killing, I think a defensive Horde is going to be pretty good. And I think, or an aggressive Horde, either way, a Horde, or a Monster Mash. An aggressive melee-based Monster Mash, I think, is going to be pretty nasty for Tyranids. Because, I mean, Carnifexes are not nearly as durable as they used to be, but bringing them is they're cheap, and it's just a delivery vehicle for Old One Eye. 140 points, get him into melee. He messes things up in melee. He kills vehicles in melee, which is something we don't have a ton of. So Harusfexes are going to be in a lot of Monster Mash lists because they have the capability to kill the cheap infantry, and then you can kit out other monsters for dealing with the more anti-heavy infantry, anti-tank stuff. It's going to be pretty good. As Martin Person, funny. 2 Maliceptors and 2 Exocrines would be a strong core. I'm not a sold on the Exocrines, but I still think they're going to be good because they're only 135 points. It's just, I haven't had this feeling with Tyranids in a while where it's like, oh, this big scary monster it's only 125 points. It's only 135 points. Just throw it in. It's not like, oh, I'm dedicating 250 points for a monster. It's nice to have that kind of flexibility. All right, so let's go into the Horde, as we're calling it. Right off the bat, a Neuro Tyrant is going to be your HQ you need at 105 points. What do we got here? No, okay, we're good there. 105 points. I also think you are going to want a bunch of Neurogaunts. You're going to want 22 of them, so that's 90 points there. The reason I say this is because you can spread these little dudes all over your backline. 22 of them is a lot. And you can use the Neuro Tyrant's little buddies. What are these little things called? Do they have a name? Neurotyrant. What are these little guys called? Synaptic relays. Oh, I thought they had a cooler name than that. Anyway, you can use the synaptic relays because it's part of the unit. They can spread along the... Neurotyrant can give old one-eye synapse. I guess, yeah, you're right. He absolutely can, which is wicked. Give these to your Hormagaunts that you're going to be slinging across the map right away. Two of them could be good. I don't know if you need to. I don't know if you need two of them because one of them with 22 bodyguards and is pretty much all you need. The one strat, if we go up to the top and look at the strats, the one that comes to mind with Hormagaunts is Adrenal Surge here. So up to 2 Tyranid units from your army that are within synapse range. So if they both have the synaptic relay, or just one, yep. They have critical hits on 5 up. So if you're going against infantry, exploding 5s, or if you're going against tanks, you can have the critical wounds on 5s. Or the auto wounds on 5s to hit. So either way, you're going to want to pick 2 of those units. It's 2 CP, so it's a lot. But doing that to 2 units is going to be pretty powerful, especially because those 2 units are going to be in synapse range with your little synapse buddies. So that's why I'm sticking to just 1 Neurotyrant. I think will benefit there. Yes, I am super happy that they did the Neurogaunts justice by making them 5-point models. If you were in the last chat when we went over the Neurogaunts, or the last live stream, I said that if the Neurogaunts were anything more than 5 points, I would be extremely disappointed, and they came in at 5 points, so super happy there. So now we're going to need some Hormagaunts. Let's make sure we add some Hormagaunts. Hormagaunts, we're going to add a unit of 20 of them, and they are 140 points. We are going to duplicate this. We need, I think, 60 of them there. At least 60. We'll start with that. To back up these, so now we're already rocking with 82 little bodies running around the board. Gosh, every time I'm going to do that. To back them up, we are going to need Zoanthropes. Now, probably 2 units of 3, not just 1 6. So I think we'll go for 2 units of 3 to allow for some variety and space on them. Zoanthropes, 90 points for them. We're going to want 2 units of 3 there. It's actually 4 points. Is it? Oh, they have 4 points. Oh, yeah, that's right. I can math. I'm an engineer. I can do math. Yeah. Okay, 4 points apiece. That's great. We're going to need some Venomthropes. Coming at 70 points apiece. Yeah, we're going to need some Venomthropes. We're going to need at least 1 unit. We might want 2 units, but we're going to need at least... we're going to want 2 units. Let's not kid ourselves here. We're going to need 2 units here. One thing, is it the Foot Tyrant or is it Swarmy that we're going to need? We're going to need the Foot Tyrant, so we can try and benefit from, well, what do you guys think? So we want to use our Adrenal Surge strat here. It's 2 CP. We could use the Hive Tyrant and try and make it 0 CP, but we do have to be within 12 inches, so we gotta be pretty aggressive with him. Or we take the Swarm Lord and we just have extra CP to go with, and then we can, you know, counter our opponent with their CP. And it's more synapse. Foot Tyrant. Everyone's saying Foot Tyrant. I think that's the better one. Oh, and the strat to revive them. You're right. That one can go very well too. It is once per turn. Once per turn. One for... Now, see, can you use this on your opponent's turn? I guess we don't have any strats that would benefit really an opponent's turn. You could maybe. I'm leaning towards the Swarm Lord on this because we can hide him. We don't need to pay for the Tyrant Guard with him because he doesn't have to be close. He can screw over our opponent with his malign presence. And he can be a backline counter and just gaining extra CP. Yeah. Yeah, Paul Evans, we're thinking alike. The hive mind is connected here. I'm leaning towards the Swarm Lord too. Oops. Gosh, man, So we want a Swarm Lord. I don't think we pay for his Tyrant Guard buddy. I think we just keep him there. And if people want to go after him, they go after him. Mikkel Schmeeker. No, we do not have to pay for Spore Mines anymore. They have specifically reduced the amount of Spore Mines we can spit out, so we don't have to pay for them nearly as much. Or at all, really, unless we're buying them outright. Yeah, I think we'll be good with that. So what do we got? Almost 1,200 points. Redeploy probably isn't going to be necessary in this list, nor is the... perfectly adapted. Well, you could, once per turn you can reroll a hit, wound, damage. We could bring even more. Oh yes, definitely got to throw some psychophages in there. Can we re-roll the 2d6 on the Neurotyrant's Flamer with perfectly adapted? Does that count as a hit roll? The number of shots? I don't think it does. I don't think it does. No, I don't think that does, unfortunately. Unless I'm wrong, let me guys know. I don't think it does. If it does, I would consider taking perfectly adapted on him, but I don't think that works. Yeah, some psychophages. Some psychophage. Yeah, that's what I thought. So he's 125. Oh gosh. 125, and I think 2 of them would be good. So now we still got some points. So okay. Let's look at this here. We've got our Synapse. We've got our utility stratagem support, defensive backline support. We've got our frontline anti-infantry or tank if we want. Enhancements can only go on characters and they cannot go on epic heroes. They cannot go on epic heroes. So Swarm Lord can't take one, Death Leaper can't take one, and Old One Eye can't take one. Yeah, we do need some range. Spawn 8 Euclids. 4 in your turn, 4 in your opponent's turn. What are you speaking here? In your opponent's turn. Wow, that was pretty good. Oh, it moved. Come on, computer, work with me here. In your shooting phase, each time this model's selected to shoot, it can... So how... Yeah, I don't know. How do you getting 4 in your opponent's turn with the Euclids? Oh. Oh, with the hive defenses. I don't know. Maybe. The gun shoots 4 times. Each time an enemy is set up. I guess, yeah, you could. Couldn't you? You could. Spore assist. You could do that. You could absolutely do that. Yeah, you could. Okay, so what do we need? We need some Warhammer. I don't know if we really need to slow down our opponent though, because we're coming to them. You can swarm an objective. So you could, you just can't put it on the center of the, or on the objective itself, which is an interesting change. I think we need some extra anti-tank in here. The zone ropes are going to be good. I'll make this say ×3. We sort of know, but just in case. Oh, I missed it. There we go. Yeah, I think you're right there, Jordan. Yeah, I think because it says specifically in the rule, in your shooting phase. We need an FAQ to be sure, but it does say right here, in your shooting phase. Higher specs does have some pretty good anti-tank. Mon 929. If you took 2 walking turrets, can you use the ability twice? No, unfortunately, if I remember right, the way they specifically worded it, it's so you even here at the wing tyrant. Oh, we moved it. Now with the foot tyrant. Once per turn, 1 friendly Tyranid's unit within 12 inches. Oh, wait. Oh, wait a minute. Can you? Once per turn, 1 friendly Tyranid's unit within 12 inches of 1 or more models with this ability can be targeted with strip. Once per turn, 1 friendly Tyranid's unit within 12 inches of 1 or more models with this ability. I know, that's why Warrior Primes don't do anything special, and the rule does say as if it were your shooting phase. That's why I'm torn back and forth. I don't know. I honestly don't know. You might be able to. I would ask your opponent, see what they think. I can totally see it being both ways. GW intended it to be only your turn, but the rules is written, you could get away with it. Oh, we'll include the Moloch, don't you worry. I love that thing now. I don't think you can use it twice, because it is exactly the same ability. I agree here. I don't think you can. So we need some anti-tank. Anti-tank. So old 1A and 2 Carnifexes again is not a bad option. Gosh, I'm just looking. These things are... I guess they are only ballistic of 4 now. Unfortunate. But... they can shoot and charge. Termagants and Turvagon, that could work. I'm a little hesitant on the Turvagon. It's not, it scares me a little bit being so big but no way to protect it. But it could be good. Maleceptors, some good anti, oh wait, what do we got here? That could be a good buff to help out. Horus, yeah, it's hard to pass up a Haruspex, guys. It's really hard to pass up a Haruspex. It's got the big anti-tank we need. It's got more anti-infantry. That's a tough one to pass up. Von Ryan, we don't, if we're going all Hormagaunts, we don't really need the Leapers, because they kind of do the same thing in a way. Raveners. Again, don't, oh, yes, they're good. I'm trying to find some bigger damage stuff in here. Man, the Trigon. Trigon could be fun. Yeah, Feel No Pain Enhancement is not a bad option on it. I would add a Biovore, but really we are coming towards the enemy. Like, we are coming at the enemy, so we might not need to slow down. Do we want more Hormagaunts? Do we want more Hormagaunts? Basically, we'll have 2 blocks of 40. Each one will have a Zoanthrope, a Venomthrope, and a Psychophage to accompany them. Oh, look, we got Matt Pedretti, the rules wizard, in here. He knows. When using out-of-phase rules to perform an action as if it were one of your phases, you cannot use any other rules that are normally triggered in that phase. Well, thank you, Matt. You always know what's right with the rules there. Nikita Storik, we actually did just come up with a list here. The link in this video has the spreadsheet. This one here will give you a good way to expand your list. And I am working right now on a Tyranid specific start collecting 10th edition video. I wanted to see the points before I gave too much advice as to what units to get. So that should be coming out on Monday now that we know the point values. A Tyrant. Daniel Bex, this is full anti-infantry. That's pretty much what this list is right now. We're gonna be full board control, so the opponent can't control any objectives. Oh, I keep doing that. What else do we want? What else do we want? Let's look. Oh wait, we said Haruspex is in here, didn't we? Haruspexes. They're the same price. That's so wild that they're the same price as a Psychophage. Makes no sense to me. Makes no sense. You don't have to wait for my video on Monday if you don't want to, but I would look at my first list here. If I would say to pick up anything, if you wanted to go out and buy a kit right now to work on it, I would say a unit of Zoanthropes. That would be my #1 recommendation for you. If you're gonna buy one kit right now, I would buy a unit of Zoanthropes. Yeah. Moloch is also anti-infantry. So we have 175 points. So we could fit a Moloch in here. Are we worried about our synapse here? I don't think we should be worried with just how much the Neuro Tyrant and its Gaunts have, and Swarmlord. We could stick us a lone Moloch. I guess he could pop in. Is there something we could put in a pod here? Something we could put down in a pod that would distract our opponent for a turn. So if we do a pod, a Tyrannocyte, we would get 105 points. Oh yeah, duh, the Zone Throws provide Synapse. What am I thinking? I know my favorite unit. Zone Thropes are their Synapse, they're anti-infantry at range, they're anti-tank at range, they give your army, your units around you, at least infantry, 6-up invuln saves, and they're tanky themselves. They're a do-it-all except for melee. That's the main thing. Pyrovore. Melee warriors in a pod. Hey, you still want Zone Thropes. I'd tell you that. You still want Zone Thropes. Melee warriors in a pod. Is that 70 points? Does that work out right? Yeah, that... Oh no, ranged. We could fit a small monster in the pod. We could fit... Oh, we could... Oh, do we have points for Hiveguard? Do we have points for Hiveguard? No, we don't. I am... Oh! A Lictor, Death Leaper, of course, there we go. Oh, we don't need a pod then. Do we want a Lictor or Death Leaper? Or we could take a couple of them. Or do we want something in the pod? The only reason I was thinking of pod is because these Hormagaunts likely aren't getting turn 1 charges. They could, but it's not guaranteed that they do. If they don't make it, if the Hormagaunts don't make it turn 1, you need something to distract your opponent with long enough so then turn 2, your Hormagaunts come in. And then even on turn 3, your Hormagaunts can come in. Do a Trigon instead and rapid ingress it into your opponent's turn. You cannot put a Haruspex in the Tyrannocyte. They changed the wound cap on a Tyrannocyte to 10 or 12 wounds. More than what a... here it is. Oh, what? Pod. Oh, he's over here. 12 wounds. They've capped it at 12 wounds. So... Tyrannocyte and Hiveguard is a solid combo. I do like the idea of a Trigon. And Trigons are really flippin' cool. So, they're expensive. But... yeah, I wish we had a Trigon Prime. You could give them the... Oh, we're 5 points over. Shit. And the problem is, I can't just drop a Neurogaunt or 2. That's the thing I don't like. That's unfortunate. What else could you stick in a stinking pod? You could stick a bunch of Pyrovores in there, but that's not going to do them. Yeah, maybe we should just go Lictors. Our Hormagaunts are probably tanky enough. It would be nice to get old One Eye in here. Moloch. It's not a bad point with the Toxicrin. Unfortunately, we can't fit a Toxicrin in with what we've got right now. Yeah, we can make some other lists, don't worry. We'll do that for sure. Oh, Barb, well, my Moloch is 145. Moloch is 145, which leaves us with an annoying 30 points just laying around. And I don't know what you do with 30 points. Oh, like, okay, so we could take a redeploy. So the reason we don't take any of the enhancement stuff is because, I mean, we could take one on the Neuro Tyrant, but otherwise we don't have characters for that. And we're not really slowing any units down with, although we could prevent them from getting to us. Pyrovores are 30. We could stick a lone Pyrovore in there. We could stick a lone Pyrovore. Need something that can just chill in the backfield. You can hang with Swarmy. There, 2,000 points. Do we think that's good? Do we think this is a good 2,000 point list? 80. We have 102 bodies of Gaunt. And those Gaunts are backed up by Feel No Pain, Stealth, Benefit of Cover. Then you've got to deal with the Harusfexes and a Moloch. And then we got that lone Pyrovore. What is the OC on a Pyrovore? Pyrovore 1. Oh, that's unfortunate. I wish he was 2 at least. I think it's 2 1,000 point lists glued together. Nah, maybe. I mean, this stuff all pretty much works in tandem. Do we need some Gene Stealers in here? Do we need some Gene Stealers? Can we get some Gene Stealers? I do like the Lictor though. The only reason I'm saying no to Lictors right now is because, well, I mean, they're really good, but their benefit to getting extra CP is ruled out by Swarmlord already giving you extra CP. So that kind of goes out the wall. Well, so this list it doesn't do great against indirect fire. However, we do still have on all of our Hormagaunts 4-up saves and 6-up Feel No Pains and 6-up Invuln saves. We don't have any anti-vehicle, but we can take the trait if we want to make it so 5, if we use a strat or just normally 5s or 6s to hit auto wound vehicles. So with the Hormagaunts being AP -1, if 20 Hormagaunts slam into a single vehicle, maybe we do need a little extra. No, I don't think we do. I think we are comfortable on our anti-tank. We've got Zoanthropes, we got Harusfexes, and we've got the ability to have wounding vehicles with our Hormagaunts on 6s to hit. When you have that many flipping shots or hits, it's gonna work out somewhat. Because we also have, where's that strat? Synaptic Insight to change the hyper adaptation. So then we could change it to the one where we get the extra lethal hits. That's what it is, lethal hits. Zoanthrope's Direct is AP 4, I think. AP 3. AP 3 is still good. Takes everything, do a 5-up save. Most vehicles don't have a 4-up invuln, so 5-up save at worst, 6-up otherwise. I got lethal hits and psychic. Yes, they're only 24-inch range. But I think they still do pretty dang good. What do you guys think? We think this is good? Do we think we did TriStar justice here with making him a solid... Oh, it's additional. Oh, gosh, I gotta read that better. So that's not, it's not bad. Yeah, okay, so that makes it even better. Exploding 6s and the criticals, that's really good. Necron vehicles have 4++. Of course they do. Of course they do. They're also lower toughness. But I hate how the Neurogaunts seem necessary for Hormagaunts. Don't worry, these Neurogaunts are going to be awesome. You don't want to paint them. I think the Neurogaunts are going to be big because this unit can just flood whatever objective you choose, and then they can just give out the Synapse. The Synapse is going to be big in this army. Yeah, I think this is good. Clearly not enough Hormagaunts. Well, I mean, if you really want, you could ditch this Moloch and put in an extra 20 Hormagaunts. So I'll leave that to you, TriStar. I think this should be a very fun list to play with. If you want 100 Hormagaunts, drop the Moloch and slap in those extra 20 Hormagaunts. But other than that, I think this is pretty good. I think this is a pretty good list. All right. And once the addition develops a bit, we can develop our list and see how it goes. This is really just first time, here we go. Yeah, exactly. Turn 2, it is. You're going all in pretty much. So no Turvagon. Turvagon only buffs the Termagants. These are Hormagaunts. So Termagants are the shooty ones that come in the Leviathan box. These are Hormagaunts. These are the stabby ones. Hopefully getting a new model around September. So yes. All right, guys. Can I do a poll here? Hold on, we're gonna do a poll. Engage with my audience. Oh, we're gonna start a poll. All right, so which list is next? We've got Monster Mash, Stealth, My Choice, or no Leviathan box. Bam. All right. Sustained hits does not stack. In their commentary they put out today, they said that sustained hits does not stack, unfortunately. So, unfortunate. I was kind of hoping it would. And pull. I'll give that just a little bit here to, oh my gosh, it's already 4:30. We've only made 2 lists. This might go a little bit later than 5. I was anticipating 5. Maybe we'll go till 5:30. All right. Everybody in here is probably voted by now. Get your votes in. It's a... Wow, you guys don't want me to make my own list. I see how it is. All right. We'll end the poll there. 5... Oh, wait, we only have 41 votes in here. There's 148 of you watching. And... Come on. No? Only about a quarter of you want to vote? That's fine. Ending poll now. All right, Monster Mash it is. Duplicate. Copy, we're gonna rename this Monster Mash. Okay, so we're probably gonna keep Swarm Lord in here. I don't know if we need the Neurogaunts and Neurotyrant. Do Neurogaunts have an OC value? They do have one, okay. Oop. Okay. Ah, man, I'm going to close this just so I don't start clicking on it. So, I'm going to leave these guys out to the side because we might want them still. We will ditch a lot of these for now, and we'll ditch these for now. So we know we want Swarm Lord, and we want a Foot Tyrant. And he was what, 220? I think a lot of lists will have Swarm Lord. I'm not so sure every list will. I'm definitely looking at a lot of them that don't have it, but... Psychophages, do you give Feel No Pain to everything? Yes, you do. Definitely gonna want some of those in here then. Feel No Pain, oops. Feel No Pain on top of our already tasty... I think we just need one of those. Double Haruspex, this seems like hard not to take, I think. Yeah, Rapid Ingress is something that I gotta figure out the best places to use it. It just... I think Rapid Ingressing a Trigon Prime could be a good call that a lot of people are bringing up. 2 Carnifexes, Old One-Eye, yep, absolutely. Oh, there we go. Old One-Eye, you're 140 points, and we'll just slap your Carnifex buddies down here. Carnifexes times 2. It's 250. What are we at? Do we want 2 Tyrannofexes for 200 points a pop? Yeah, Haruspex, the positioning on Haruspex, he's not super fast, he is big, but... Oof, okay. We need some Zoanthropes in here. Definitely for 90 points, can't go wrong there. Oh. I didn't even realize Yeah, you can rapid ingress 3 inches away with the Trigon. I guess I didn't even think of that. This is why we have an awesome hive mind community. We can all help each other out here. Exocrine, people are looking at that. It's a good anti-infantry stuff there, and he's super cheap. We'll probably want to throw one of those in. I guess. Yeah. Yep, this is Monster Mash. You could rapid ingress a Trigon 3 inches away. That's funny. Put him right in your opponent's backline and be like, you charge it or you get charged. I like that. New max game size 3K points. So technically it's max size is 3K. You can play whatever you want. Tournaments will still be doing 2K. Well, guys, you think we should have a Trigon in here? Trigon for 180 smackaroos. That's a lot of our points there. And then if we go Exocrine, you're 135. And people were saying Venomthropes now give cover to monsters? Oh, they do. Everything gets it. They don't, infantry don't get stealth. Tyranids are an interesting one when it comes to new players. Honestly, when I started playing Tyranids in 5th edition, I think I lost my first 10 games. But it gets better. They're not like Space Marines where just, oh, I'm big, strong, I have good rules, I walk towards the enemy and I shoot and charge you. Tyranids, you got to play a lot more like the hive mind. You have to make sure your army is working together well, and if you don't, it can fall apart pretty quick. You could, oh, wait a minute, is that the way Epic Hero works? Is only one Epic Hero per army? I thought Epic Hero meant you can only take one of them, meaning you can't take 2 Swarm Lords. But yeah, everyone's learning right now with the new edition. In some ways, I don't know what's going on with Tyranids. I mean, I know how Tyranids work, but I don't know how Tyranids work because it's all good. Okay, so, gosh, man, I'm flubbing things. So, one thing with the Venomthropes is that they will only benefit, they won't benefit, well, I guess they will, because as long as the things that shoot them have AP, they will benefit. Yeah, 1 of each. Good. Yeah, okay, good. You scared me there. You scared me there, Jordan. What are we thinking? Oh, awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate that. This is a, You guys really want a Foot Tyrant and Swarmlord in this list? I'm thinking about objectives and stuff here. We might need a couple units of something. Something's got to go here. Obviously, something's got to go. Yeah, 1 less Tyranno. We definitely want 1 of them. Foot Tyrant can give out 5 up Feel No Pain for free. I like that. Do we need some Tyrant Guard for our dudes? One of these needs Tyrant Guard, I think. At least one of these needs Tyrant Guard. What are they now? 75, I said? 95, oops. I like new Raveners. I really do like the new Raveners. I think they'll be good. You just have to balance them with like Von Ryan Leapers. I mean, do you want the speed or do you want the infiltration? Or, yeah. Okay, so now we have 65 points. We can take adaptive biology. Bio for 25 points. Alien Cunning. Yeah. Do we want any, like... What loadout for Tyrant? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the Tyrant loadout. That's a good question. Tyrant. Let's see. Oh, shoot. Too far. So, for the Hive Tyrant, I think he should probably actually have maybe the Stranglethorn Cannon. Give you some decent anti-infantry there. D6 plus 1 shots is a lot better. Minimum 2 shots is a lot better than minimum 1. I do like the Bone Sword. I don't think... Maybe Bone Sword Stranglethorn... Do I only have one character? Oh, yeah, duh. So, Foot Tyrant. What do we think is more important in this list here? Do we think the adaptive biology on the Foot Tyrant is more important? Or do we think redeploying is more important? I honestly think redeploy might be more important. I think redeploy is more important because then you can hide your Tyrannofex and your Exocrines if you need it. Oh, mobile didn't show the poll. We're at 195 points here. So we've got... I gotta break this up a little bit. Old One Eye, come down here, please. Swarmlord, go up top. Tyrant Guard can go there, and Alien Cunning can go there. Okay, that's a bit more broken up for me. Not quite. Yes, there we go. Okay. Who is bodyguards? Carnifex loadout, yeah. Okay, so in this list, we've got Swarmy and Foot Tyrant are pretty much anti-heavy infantry / support. Carnifexes will have to go over their loadout, along with Old One Eye, but he's anti-tank. Tyrannofex, I really think we should give him the acid spray, so we got more anti-infantry. Universal / support. These guys are infantry and tanks. So it sounds like Carnifexes might need a little bit of infantry and tanks. So let's go to the Carnifex. There we go. So everything is free now. Wait, everything is free, so you should... Oh, it's over here. So do we want spine banks or bioplasma? You take bioplasma. Yeah, so they have everyone's got bioplasma now. That's kind of fun. And what do we want their weapons to have? Part of me likes just giving him the old-fashioned Screamer Killer loadout. Just going with 8 attacks at strength 9, AP minus 2, damage 3 in melee. I do like that loadout. Oh, you can take them both, can you? Interesting. Why would you do that? I mean, not why would you do that. GW, why would you do that? It should be one or the other. But I guess the bioplasma is the mouth, the spine bakes is the carapace, so yeah. I want to take advantage of his... I think you do. I think you want Crushing Claws. And if you're going to take Crushing Claws, it's not really worth it to take this extra attacks Scything Talons, because 2 extra attacks isn't going to do you much. So I think if you're going to take Crushing Claws, you should go for a shooting attack. In this case, I do like the Stranglethorn Cannons again, but I also do really like the Death Spitters with Slimer Maggots. Just because you can get full rerolls on there and it's a guaranteed 6 shots, so 12 for the unit. You'll get hitting on 4, so you'll get 6 hits, plus you'll get 9 hits, wounding a Space Marine on 3, so you get 4, 5, 6-ish wounds. AP minus 2. So that kills 2 Marines. That's something. You could take the teeth. You could just do claws and teeth and 2 ranged weapons. Claws and teeth aren't very good, but you could go... You could go quad, or yeah, quad Death Spitters. So you would have 12, 24 shots. That does some serious damage. Well, see, the Death Spitters with Slimer Maggots are different. I used to love Dual Devourer. 24, 48 shots, hitting on 4s, full rerolls to hit. Could do some just sheer volume of fire type of damage. What does that work out to be? So 48 shots, so you get 24, 36 hits. 36 hits, wounding Space Marines on 3s. So you would get 2/3, so 24 wounds, 3-up saves. That could be pretty good. Ugh, quad. That could be some good infantry clearing. Quad Devours with Brain Leech Worms. It is only 18 inches, so you got to get up there. But you can assault with the Hive Tyrant. Make them assault weapons. Yep, there you go. Daniel Bex has got this hive mind going. And exploding 6s. So that's an extra 8 shots, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it in a battle report. And I think this one, we want the Brain Leech Worms. 48 shots. It's a lot of shots. Re-rolling. I like that. Okay, so that's our list. Oh, you know what we could slap in here? We could slap in a Pyrovore. 30 points. There we go. We lack objective control in this list, but we have so many flippin' bodies that I think it would be pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's wait. Hold on. Yeah. And I don't know who it was. Someone in the comments section pointed out old One Eye heals D3 wounds at each player's command phase. So that's pretty good to keep him going. Oh, I heard a puppy. Until you run into a unit of Hell Blasters. I don't... Oh, they shoot on death, right? Yeah, okay. What do you guys think? This list pretty good here? Pretty good. We don't have the Narrow Tyrant and the Gaunts in here. This is a pretty good Monster Mash list. You've got some... Again, this is first just go at it. I think I like it. Maybe it'll crumble. But maybe it won't. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll hold on. Okay. Next, I'm not doing a poll. I'm only gonna have time to make one more list, I think, right now. We are gonna make my list. We're gonna come up with something I want. This is, oh my god. I'll rename this one. This is the Leviathan expansion. That's true. A Narrow Tyrant and Monster Mash would be a good idea. I don't know what you get rid of. You could drop a Harsphex, but then the Narrow Tyrant has no bodyguards. You could drop a Harsphex and a Pyrovore. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Drop a you could. That could be something you do. Drop a Harsphex and a Pyrovore for... We got an Exocrine. Does a squad of Tyrant Guard get stealth from the Venanthropes, but the leader doesn't since it's a monster? I think it would. I have no idea, but I think it would. That's an interesting one. I think, because you don't target the leader, you target the unit. So if the unit is an infantry, they get the stealth and stuff. Yeah, that's not a bad... It's not bad. Okay, we're going to leave this Monster Mash here. Again, you could tweak this list in a lot of ways, potentially. I'm trying. We're putting things on the ground here. So now for a scenario where you run double Turfagon in 10th. If you're running like 80 Termagants, you might want double Turfagon. It's a lot of points, but you could. I'll probably do it at one point because I love my Turfagons. I have 2 and a magnetized one, so 3 kind of. Alright, my list here. Narrow Tyrant. And we're gonna have some Narrow Gaunts. Narrow Tyrant is 105. These Gaunts are 90. This is a block of 22 of them. Oh, shoot. I don't know. I think that GW does need to clarify that. Unless it came out in that commentary today, which I didn't see. I think GW still has to clarify how that works. Because if it does, that means anything a librarian or any psyker unit joins, the psychophage now gets to attack the whole unit, which I think is a little interesting. What makes me favor Neurogaunts over Tyrant Guard? Only for the Neuro Tyrant. I like that because the Neurogaunts give out Synapse, and their bubble, 22 of them in such a large bubble, is pretty much covers your whole deployment zone in Synapse. And then you can use the Neuro Tyrant's little synaptic relays from anywhere of those Neurogaunts. So it really just allows you to touch any unit you want with Synapse. And that's why I like them. And they're cheaper. And it's more wounds. So that's why I say that. More wounds, 22 wounds for 90 points versus 12 wounds. Yes, they're a lot less durable, but the Neuro Tyrant is sitting back. What we're doing? Oh yes. So, what else I need in my list? We want Old One Eye, because I love him to death, at 140 points, and he's going to take 2 Carnifexes. Sorry, that's in all the lists, but I think it's really good for 250 points. Then we're going to go with Von Ryan's, just call them Leapers. Leapers times 6 of them there for 150. Oh, well, there you go. Matt is watching and Matt knows all. It's in there. So it counts as having all the keywords, meaning Venom Tropes would not work on Tyrant Guard if they are joined to a monster. Sad. Yeah, Neurogaunts could get popped by indirect fire. They can come back with some strats. We're gonna then load up my, oh wait, we're gonna do this again. 750. It should be 150. 150. That's true. Neurogaunts are then monsters. Which I guess has some... Oh, that's interesting. Neurogaunts are then monsters. So that's got some interesting implications into it. Yeah, okay. So then on top of this... So... Thropes. We are taking a big block of 6 of these bad boys. 480 points, and we are going to do a pod. Tyrannocyte, 105 points for the pod. Drop in the Zoanthropes that way. I also want some Hormagaunts times 20, and I want 2 of those. Great. I'm going to try and fit some Venom Thropes in here, but I might chop them. Ooh, what were they? 70 points for 3? Where are they? Venom Thropes. 70 points for 3. Yeah, we're definitely putting them in there. You can run Old One Eye with just a single Carnifex. Absolutely. Yeah, it can just be a unit of, it's unit of 1 to 2 Carnifexes. So, one other thing, since I know Matt's watching, and anyone else knows this, I saw a comment come up in our Discord with the members, and does a unit of 2 models that have more than 1 wound ever have to take battle shock tests, because if it's unit based, you have to be below half strength, which would be less than 1, which you can't do. But then do you count based on wounds? I think if this is the case, then a unit of 2 Carnifexes, so Old One Eye and a Carnifex, would never ever take battle shock unless another rule came up. But obviously a unit of 3 would mean Old One Eye would have to take battle shock checks every time the 2 Carnifexes die, which would be sad, but he's kind of okay without battle shock, in my opinion. Or if he is battle shocked, he doesn't really hurt. He's just his own wrecking ball. What else do we got here? Does Old One Eye reroll hit even when he is alone? I think he does. I think he does. So when this model is leading a unit, well, maybe not. I'd have to read the special rules. While this model is leading a unit, each time that leading a unit. So if the unit is of 3 Carnifexes and the 2 Carnifexes die, is he technically no longer leading a unit, meaning he doesn't get the hit rolls for himself? I don't know. It makes sense, but at the same time, I can see how that would be kind of weird if it was ruled that way. So, oh, you're not leading anybody, you just get... Oh. Once Old One Eye loses the Carnifex, thanks Matt, he reverts to a character. I gotta save that comment for Connor. Let me take a picture of that. Brant Hart. That's a good one. That's a good one right there. In 10th edition, are you going to charge Connor 3 VP every time he thinks he's definitely going to lose and then he starts winning? Yes. Okay, so yes, when the Carnifexes die from Old One Eye, he does not get his own rerolls. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate, but that is the way it is. So back to my hyper aggressive list. So the plan with this list is to have the 2 units of Leapers infiltrated right up towards my opponent. They will be fighting in the first wave. The second wave will be the Hormagaunts will be advancing forward, so they'll be going at least 11 inches each. The pod with the Tyrannocyte will drop and the Zoanthropes will sit down right with them, so they are now in the front line, giving off that 6-up invuln. The Venonthropes can follow suit. I also just love the idea of dropping Zoanthropes again. I miss it. I miss it oh so much. I wonder if I need a few Termagants in here. It's a lot of bodies. Maybe I should bring 2 units of 10 Termagants. Termagants. I spelt it wrong, but that's okay. 60 points. Let's do 2 of those. Oops. We definitely need a Harsphex for 125. Psychophage for 125. We got 110 points left over. Out of the Maliceptor Toxicron kit, which would you build? It's an easier one to magnetize if you're okay with either having brain or the toxic thing always being exposed. That's impossible to magnetize, in my opinion. Maybe there's a way. But if I were to pick one, I would lean towards the Maliceptor. Toxicron is still good, but I would lean towards the Maliceptor first. I have 1 of each, and I want to get 1 more magnetized so I can run 2 of either if I need to. What do I do with 110 points? What would I do for 110 more points in this list? Oh, you Barbgaunts. Need some Barbgaunts. Might just do. I'm gonna put 100 points, but it's gonna be 2 by 5 here. 2 by 5. And I might ditch something for 70 points. Shit. Ooh, monster mash. 70. Oh, I gotta put in my redeploy stuff. That's all I need is redeploy. Alien Cunning for 30 points. And that's a full list. If I drop the Gaunts. Wait, did it count that one? No, it didn't. There we go. Ow. Craigslist. Craigslist. You do not have to pay for the spawn spore mines. As it stands, you don't. They are free again. Oh, how much is a biovore? Are they 40? Can I squeak a biovore in here? I can, there we go. Thank you, whoever mentioned that. Who mentioned that? The Jason Dragonbane. Yep. Biovore going in here. Biovore. For 40 points. So this is a list I think I want to play with. Obviously I don't have all the models yet. I'm short 6 leapers. And I am short... That's it. I'm short 6 leapers. Maybe it'll be good. Haven't seen a list with warriors yet. Yeah, that's true. We haven't used warriors yet. I could do something with warriors. I think they'd be good. The shooty ones at least. The shooty ones could be scary. Is this... Am I being too aggressive with this list by bringing Hormagaunts and Leapers? And Venanthropes, the Barb... I don't know. I really like the Leapers. Oh, I need some Lictors in here. That's what I'm missing. Shoot. I'm missing my Lictors. One Biovore makes one Spore Mine. It's true. It is only one. It is only one. Maybe I dropped the Psychophage. Maybe I drop my poor little Psychophage and I'll bump these Biovores up to 120 points. I drop my Barbies down to just 5. Gives me 95 points to play with. Death Leaper. Hi.
Hello.
You coming in to say hello? Mm-hmm. Oh. Hi, puppy. How are you doing? You sleepy?
Yeah, we just chilled for a while. Why do you have 9 garlics?
The grocery store messed up.
Did they?
They did. The grocery store messed up. I asked for 1 garlic and they gave me 1 pound of garlic.
Oh, dang. Okay. That's fun.
If you want the feel no pain, I do want the feel no pain. I do want the feel no pain. I don't know what to get rid of. Do we get rid of Termagants? Oh, I got rid of Termagants. Do I get rid of Venom Tropes? What's better, the 6 of feel no pain? I haven't taken any warriors. My synapse right now is the Zone Tropes and the Neuro Tyrant and its Gaunts. And that's about it. I could take a couple shooty warriors. Let me look at them. Are they? Do I really want them? Unit of 3 of them. It's cheap. Could take 1 Barb Strangler, 1 Death Spitter, 1 Venom Cannon. That'll kind of be annoying rolling 3 different weapons at range. But it could be good for them just sitting on the objective. They do have OC of 2. Gosh, I hope Hormagaunts are good. Gosh, I think I do want that Psychophage. I didn't spell that right. I put an extra H in there. Psychophage. 125. I'm thinking about the Trigon. Honestly, I'm thinking about the Trigon right now. The rapid ingress 3 inches away from something that really doesn't want to be in combat with it. I know the meta is shooty, and that's why I'm bringing 12 Von Ryan Leapers to be in my opponent's face turn 1 and dealing with that stuff to allow the rest of my forces to get up the board and slow them down. Between the Biovores and the Barbgaunts, you can really hold down a single objective because the Barbgaunts could slow down a unit, and then the Biovores could really make sure they can't be with, or the Spore Mines make sure they really can't be within range of that without taking damage. 30 points would be a Pyro. I think Hive Guard are good. I think they're going to be good with their shock cannons specifically. I'll just go to shock. I don't think there's... Oh shoot, Battle Shock. I didn't think of that. Shock cannons. Where are my shock cannons? They're there. Ooh. Crap. This PDF is slow. Scoot me over. So, anti-vehicle 2+ is pretty freaking good. It's pretty good. Especially with all this stuff. And your stratagem, if you're on an objective. I think there's a list out there that takes a unit of 6 Hive Guard and takes them in a pod and drops them right on an objective. If maybe not a far back objective or a forward objective, but a midfield objective. Allow them to overwatch on 4s. Yeah, I think it's going to be out there as a good combo. That's what I'm thinking too. Johannes. Hopefully you don't hear a lot of background banging right now. Getting ready for dinner after this. Ah, man. I think I gotta stick Deathleap or Lictor in here. Which one? Which one? Death. How many instances of death are there in here? 22. It's more than I was gonna guess, actually. There he is. Shoot, come back here, my boy. So we go Deathleaper or Lictor. What is the difference? Oh, the invuln save is 4 up, and rapid ingress is free once for a Lictor. You can put away 2 Biovars, 11 Neurogaunts. Extra wound. Oh, you do have an extra wound. Extra wound, extra invuln save. And then different abilities. Maybe I'll go Deathleaper, because he's got a cool model. I'm sure the other ones will too. Where are you, buddy? He's 80 points. Perfect. Deathleaper. I don't know if this is amazing, but this is something I want to play around with. Absolutely, when we get to it. Obviously, this book has got so many options, so many things as we've just been going through. I can't make enough lists to figure out what is the best one. I will try and play as many games as possible once I can get into it. But yeah, I think this is it. So we've made 4 lists. We've made the Leviathan box edition. We didn't make any 1,000 point lists, but we'll get there. Yeah, Deathleaper at 9th was like 140 points or something. He was good, or 130. We made a Hormagaunt Horde, which I like. We made a Monster Mash. And we made my list, which consists, the big core of this list is right here. I guess the Psychophage kind of comes in with that. Yeah, so that's it. That is everything we've got. We've made 4 lists. I don't have enough time, unfortunately, to start on another one. If you guys like this, I mean, we got a lot of people who are tuning in. If you guys like this, we can definitely do more list making live streams. It could be a Friday thing or other days of the week, so we can get other audiences in here as well. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed making lists. Again, we don't know the rules right now. So, I mean, we know the rules, but we don't know any meta or gameplay. We haven't played any games yet. So we got to see how things shake out before we really solidify in some lists. But this is something I'm going to play around with. Yeah. So this, yeah, that's, luckily for me, I have 7 Carnifexes, Old One-Eye being one of them, so I can really make that work as much as I need to. But yeah, this is what I've got. One of these lists, or some version of one of these lists, actually none of these lists, because I won't have the models. But we'll be recording a battle report soon, and I'll be using a list. It won't be using any Leviathan models, because I don't have those myself right now. And when I get those, then we'll work on painting up. You guys saw my poll about which ones you wanted to see me paint up first. I didn't put the Neuro Tyrant and the Gaunts on there because I'm going to be working on those for sure. But the other ones I need some help. What you guys think? Well, if you guys are lacking NIDs, maybe find someone else who are lacking an Old One-Eye. Maybe find someone else. With there now being 3, I could see a lot of people buying 2 boxes, and then you can sell off that extra Carnifex. Maybe get some money back. Someone else maybe needs just old One Eye, and you can do that. That's a different way. Great stream. Thank you, Paul Evans. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for those who super chatted. I believe it was, let's go back. Can I find those? We had Akana Lotus. Thank you so much. Ryan G. Thank you, thank you. Trevor Gone Wild t-shirt. Again, merch would be fun. As long as the stream is still growing, or the channel is still growing, especially with all this new tier and stuff, so I'm loving it. TriStar again. Thank you, TriStar. We made you a list. Hopefully you'll like it. And Paul Evans. So thank you guys. Thank you everyone for tuning in, liking the stream, sharing it, whatever you did. And I enjoyed it. So we'll do this again. I want to keep doing more streaming. It is fun. It is fun to interact. I wish there was a way where I could like talk to you, because in some ways I'm kind of talking to myself. But you get used to it, I think. But we'll wrap that one up there. How do I go back to a live chat? Here we go. Live chat. I think that's what I want. You could convert Screamer Killer as old One. You have to put on an old base. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you next time here at Maelstrom Gaming Studios.